Just a second. Wait until it says publish. Even though it's counting up at 16, 17, 18. Yay, 19. Come on, 60%. Come on. There we go. All right, so we should be live. Well, kind of live. This is unlisted. It is currently Wednesday night, September 30th, 2020, 1:31 in the morning. A couple hours ago, I watched that first Trump-Biden debate. What a crap show. Afterwards, I just felt all icky. Thanos needs to snap those damn fingers big time. But I noticed that I got a notification. Somebody said, hey, man, loved your reaction to something else. Watch this video. 29 minutes, 20 seconds. This is a reaction to Timelapse of the Future, a journey to the end of time. The mic level's going. Yes, they are. This is 29 minutes, 20 seconds. We're going to react to it. It's unlisted now. And then once we're done, I'm going to go live. Or I'm going to publish it public. Because I don't want any comments. I just want to watch it and forget about what I saw earlier tonight. Because that was ridiculous, man. America. Anyway, here we go. This is from Melody Sheep. So credit, I'll give them a like, click. There we go. Yay, you're welcome. Here we go. Let's go to watch. Timelapse of the Future, a journey to the end of time. I haven't seen this video before, so yeah. They say the universe is 13.5 billion years old.
What we do now and in the next few years will profoundly affect the next few thousand years. The only conditions modern humans have ever known so far are changing, and changing fast.
Nothing stays the same on this planet. Everything changes. The Earth is going into one of these jumps, and you don't know what is going to be on the other side of those jumps. The Earth is always jumping. Things move on this planet. Things are not still. Everything is turning.
So the counter at the bottom, that's in years, I guess. I don't think humanity's gonna last that long. So 11, 12, 13 plus million years. We'll be long gone by then. New supercontinent, right?
As it begins to run out of fuel, the sun won't simply fade away to nothing.
I don't see us last.
Its core will collapse.
Even the planet lasting, now it's in the billions, 2 billion.
Will cause its outer layers to expand.
Earth destroyed by the dying sun.
The sun is now dead.
Yeah, I think we'll be long gone before that.
Slowly cooling
Long gone.
in the freezing temperatures of deep space.
We're gonna be just like a desolate planet like Venus. It's my prediction. And I'm
fate
right.
of the sun is the same as for all stars. One day, they must all eventually die, and the cosmos will be plunged into eternal night.
All stars eventually will run out of fuel. The temperature of the universe drops. The stars, one by one, in the night sky, will turn off.
Oh, God.
And there'll be no more new stars created. And so that the universe will end not with a bang, but with a whimper. And not in fire, but in ice.
So we're at 300, 400 trillion years.
With no fuel left to burn, a white dwarf's faint glow comes from the last residual heat from its extinguished furnace. Looking at it from where the Earth is now, it would only generate the same amount of light as the full moon on a clear night.
Wonder how that would be. Like, where would the
faint glow of
dead
white
sun get
dwarfs
its light from?
will provide the only illumination in a dark and empty void littered with dead stars and black holes.
In some ways, it's kind of a ghost universe. It's the corpses, the zombie stars, that will take us into the future.
50 million trillion years. I mean, they say the universe is still expanding. As it expands, Earth continues to drift further away from the sun. It's one theory that I heard. And obviously, the further away we get from the sun, the colder it's going to get, and we're going to enter some big ice age. And eventually die out. There ain't nothing that some Green Deal's going to fix. Damn. So I say enjoy your time now. All you people worried about the future, don't have kids. Simple.
A black dwarf will be the final fate of those last stars. White dwarfs that have become so cold that they barely emit any more heat or light. Black dwarfs are dark, dense, decaying balls of degenerate matter, little more than the ashes of stars. Their constituent atoms are so severely crushed that black dwarfs are 1,000,000 times denser than our sun.
And there's already these things out there, man. $500 trillion years.
To reach this point, we believe there are currently no black dwarfs in the universe.
Yeah, black holes, man. Those are just one hell of a mystery, man. I mean, what's in them around the other side? Nothing. Door to another dimension. Science is awesome. Astronomy is awesome. Look at this. Going on 100,000 trillion years.
We have a pace of life that's based on really the energy available to us now. You could imagine living conscious systems which have a very different pace and therefore can extend out at least a lot farther than you'd imagine otherwise. You could have a living system where if it had a thought every 10 trillion years, that would seem normal. Even if our life dies out, one could imagine at some time arbitrarily far in the future, a fluctuation occurs which allows intelligent life to exist again for a little while.
1 billion trillion years.
Islands in time of intelligence.
Yeah, see, as it expands, we drift further apart from everything. It's like the ripple effect. Drop of water starts off like, you know, a bunch of ripples, then it just gets wider and wider, and yeah.
A proton, one of the fundamental building blocks of atomic matter, what makes us up, can just spontaneously fall apart.
Any material that evades the pull of a black hole eventually dies away as its protons disintegrate.
Yeah. It's all just guessing from here.
The matter inside black dwarfs, the last matter in the universe, will eventually evaporate away and be carried off into the void as radiation, leaving absolutely nothing behind.
Just pitch black, man. No stars, no nothing.
With the black dwarfs gone, there won't be a single atom of matter left. All that will remain of our once rich cosmos will be particles of light and black holes.
Hmm. 1 million trillion years. Imagine that. Can you imagine the entire universe just going to be nothing?
The arrow of time creates a bright window in the universe.
According to this, if it's true. Of course, it's all guessing right now.
But it's a window that doesn't stay open for long. As a fraction of the lifespan of the universe, as measured from its beginning to the evaporation of the last black hole, life as we know it is only possible for 1,000th
of a billion billion billionth billion billion billionth billion billion billionth of a percent.
Black holes become the fundamental building block of the universe. A galaxy will
what's
basically
in
be
them?
a supermassive black hole in a center with smaller black holes orbiting it.
Zombie galaxies filled with black holes continue to evolve.
They'll lead each other and they'll get bigger, and maybe they'll fall into the supermassive black hole and it'll get bigger. The universe will still be an exciting, dynamic place. It's just that the timescales you're talking about are now trillions of years instead of thousands or millions of years.
Going on 200 trillion, 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 trillion. Yeah, we'll definitely be long gone by then. I mean, look at the. Let's assume this is good. This is actually going to happen. All the crap that we bicker about now means nothing.
Black holes.
Busy fighting for power when we should just be enjoying life. And how ironic is it that a lot of these people who are saying we got to think about the future, Green New Deal, how many of them are actually planning on having kids, man? I have no kids, not planning on having any, thus, you know, sorry not sorry, I don't give a shit. Enjoy life now.
At the end of their lives, they're going around each other, crossing thousands of kilometers in a fraction of a second. As they do so, they leave behind in their wake a ringing of space, an actual wave on space-time.
See, if this is all true, we should be enjoying our time that we have. But no, instead it's
Space
God,
seizes and stretches as it emanates out from these black holes banging on the universe. Those are the gravitational waves. They are literally the sounds of space ringing. And they will travel out from these black holes at the speed of light as they ring down and coalesce to one spinning, quiet black hole.
1 billion, trillion, trillion.
If you were standing near enough, your ear would resonate with the squeezing and stretching of space. You would literally hear the sound. Imagine a lighter black hole falling into a very heavy black hole. The sound you're hearing is a light black hole banging on space each time it gets close. As it falls in, it gets faster and it gets louder.
So it's like a thing going down a drain. Starts off, then it gets closer, goes faster and faster.
Scientists used to think black holes were immortal, but even these will one day die.
Now we're talking about timescales of unimaginable length, quadrillions of years into the future. On that timescale, even the black holes begin to evaporate.
According to quantum mechanics, space is filled with virtual particles, antiparticles, that are constantly materializing in pairs, separating, coming together again, and annihilating each other. In the presence of a black hole, one member of a pair of virtual particles may fall into the hole, leaving the other member without a partner with which to annihilate. The forsaken particle appears to be radiation emitted by the black hole.
I guess that's
So,
Stephen Hawking.
Black holes are not eternal. They evaporate away at an increasing rate until they vanish in a gigantic explosion. Quantum mechanics has allowed particles and radiation to escape from the ultimate prison, a black hole.
Again, I guess this is just assumptions. Do we actually know this? $5 billion, trillion years. And how do we know that this has not actually happened already? And we are simply part of another
Philosophers and poets have asked the
run
question,
at
will the world end in fire or ice?
matter and life.
We can now give an answer.
We don't know.
The latest evidence shows that the universe is not slowing down, but it's speeding up out of control. And the universe, we think, will die in ice. Trillions upon trillions of years from now.
Empty space itself has energy. In every little cubic centimeter of space, whether or not there's stuff, whether or not there's particles, matter, radiation, or whatever, there is still energy even in the space itself. And this energy, according to Einstein, exerts a push on the universe.
What is the weird stuff that's accelerating the universe? We call it dark energy. And this stuff is the dominant stuff of the universe. Almost 3/4 of the matter energy content of the universe is this dark energy.
2,000 trillion years from now.
Dark energy, unlike matter or radiation, does not dilute away as the universe expands. This has crucial implications for what the universe is going to do in the future.
So what will be the future of the universe? Well, if the dark energy remains dominant and repulsive, the universe will expand forever. Faster and faster and faster with time. A runaway universe.
70% of the energy of the universe resides in empty space, and we don't understand why. But we do know what will happen. If that energy continues to be there, the universe will become cold and dark and empty. That's the future as it might be. We don't know because we don't yet understand the nature of dark energy. Until we do, we won't know the future. We won't even understand our own origins. And that's why we want to know and study this subject.
Space Force. And I think when they say dark energy, dark matter, they mean just basically all of the empty space out in space. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what they mean. You know what I mean? Like, why is it black and not orange up in space? Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Space Force.
The forecast does seem to be for an ever colder, ever emptier universe.
7, 8, 9, 10 trillion, many, many trillions of years from now, when we are beyond long gone.
Whereby what actually is the end of our universe could in some sense be linked to the beginning of a new one.
Create universe. Oh, okay.
We've worked out the mathematics, the equations. They seem to say that if you have an atom smasher that can concentrate tremendous amounts of energy at a single point, you can perhaps open up a gateway, a baby universe. Facing the death of everything there is, this perhaps is their only possibility of escape.
To create a man-made universe.
Intriguing possibility, sheer speculation, of course.
I laugh, but I'm not a scientist, but it seems okay to me.
We'll create baby universes, we'll create lifeboats, and proliferate child universes. So an evolution may take among universes in the multiverse. Survival of the fittest may take place. So those universes which do not have intelligent life are infertile. They have no children. But those universes that have mild temperatures, stars like us, would create civilizations that could open up child universes, and they would then proliferate.
Oh, now we're playing God. Oh my God. $1 billion trillion years from now.
After an unimaginable length of time, even the black holes will have evaporated, and the universe will be nothing but a sea of photons gradually tending towards the same temperature as the expansion of the universe cools them towards absolute zero. Once the very last remnants of the very last stars have finally decayed away to nothing, and everything reaches the same temperature, the story of the universe finally comes to an end. For the first time in its life, the universe will be permanent and unchanging. Entropy finally stops increasing because the cosmos cannot get any more disordered. Nothing happens, and it keeps not happening forever. Only we can all learn to be content.
All right, well done, Melody Sheep and Protocol Labs. Will you discover how we change the future? Yeah, let me get into that for a sec. Where's my thing? All right, yay! Let's give it a pause. So that was Time-Lapse of the Future, a journey to the end of time, courtesy of Melody Sheep. Interesting stuff. As I said, I do believe that this stuff is going to happen. Obviously, eventually, the human race is going to be no more, whether it be because of climate change or getting hit by an asteroid or just dying out. So therefore, I say we need to stop bickering about all this nonsense that we bicker about and enjoy our time now instead of wasting it on what we have no power over. And as I said earlier, it's kind of funny how a lot of these people who are saying, we need to do this and do this and do this and do this and do this for the future, and how none of them have kids or plan on having kids. I'm of the belief, I believe, hey, first, I have no kids. I want to enjoy life now. I don't give a shit what people's colors are, what their sexual preferences are. All this nonsense that people bicker about on Twitter and crap, you are wasting your time. Because this kind of stuff is definitely, as far as us wiping out, is definitely going to happen. But you would rather piss and moan, spend your life pissing and moaning when you could spend your life watching Toronto guy play video games, teach you how to cook, all that stuff. Anyway, that was, as I said, there's another one, Journey to the Edge of the Universe, which is narrated by Alec Baldwin. It's a National Geographic thing, which I have it, but it's in like an hour and a half long. Maybe I'll do a watch party of that. We can all watch it during a live stream. If anyone's interested in seeing that, now that is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All the planets. I mean, how do we know? I have this theory as I ramble on. You can leave if you want. I have this theory that some of the planets in our solar system in the Milky Way may have had life on them before we came along, and now they're all desolate and dead and messed up because their time came and went. Maybe that's what happened with Mars. I also have a theory that maybe planets like Jupiter, because I once heard that Earth at one point was just a big ball of gas, and then it formed. Well, I've also heard that apparently Jupiter and Saturn are big balls of gas. Who knows if one day they're going to form into solid planets with life on it. Astronomy and science are awesome. Stop bickering about pointless shit. As I said, if anyone wants to do a watch party, I can play it and host it for Journey to the Edge of the Universe. It's about an hour and a half long. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's this kind of stuff. But I think it's better. But this was good. Just let me know, and well, I'll do that. Anyway, I'm going to stop this and make it public. Stop bickering, but you're free to bicker. Don't tell me that I need to bicker too. Eat a dick if you got a problem with me not giving a shit. Because, yeah, we're going to wipe ourselves out eventually. So shut the fuck up. Let me live my life and be happy. All right? Let's end the stream.